Welcome back to the Dr. Liu VCE Physics channel. In this video, we'll be going through the 2018 physics exam, focusing on questions related to parabola and circular motion. My explanations may not be perfect, so if any teachers, parents, or students notice any errors, please feel free to offer your feedback. When a ball rolls off a horizontal table and falls freely, its motion is that of a horizontal projectile. The horizontal component of its velocity remains constant, so the horizontal distance traveled is the product of its horizontal speed and the time in the air. In horizontal projectile motion, the vertical motion is a free fall. The acceleration is constant and equal to gravitational acceleration, and the initial vertical velocity is zero. We can use the constant acceleration equation to find the height of the table, as the time of motion is already known. There are two methods to calculate the speed of the ball when it hits the floor, assuming air resistance is negligible. The first method uses the principle of conservation of mechanical energy. The initial kinetic energy and gravitational potential energy are converted into the final kinetic energy. The final speed can be calculated using this relationship, noting that the mass of the ball cancels out on both sides of the equation. The second method involves decomposing the projectile motion into its horizontal and vertical components. The horizontal motion is a constant velocity motion, while the vertical motion is a constant acceleration motion. Both motions occur over the same duration of time. The final velocity is the vector sum, or resultant, of these two final velocities. The magnitude of this resultant velocity can then be calculated using the Pythagorean theorem. At the peak of the flight, passengers feel zero gravity, which means the centripetal acceleration is equal to the gravitational acceleration. We can use this to find the radius of the arc by plugging the gravitational acceleration into the centripetal acceleration formula. At the peak of the flight, the gravitational force on the passengers is not zero. Instead, they experience apparent weightlessness because the normal force from their seat, or the ride structure, is zero. This is a crucial distinction. The apparent gravitational force is zero, while the real gravitational force remains. This section on parabola and circular motion is worth 10 marks, which makes up 7.7% of the total 130 marks for the test. It consists solely of short answer questions. Question 7. Horizontal projectile motion examines horizontal projectile motion. In a scenario where a small ball rolls off a table and hits the floor, students must demonstrate how to calculate the horizontal distance traveled, the height of the table, the speed at which the ball hits the floor. This requires applying the principles of horizontal projectile motion and free fall. Question 10. The vertical circular motion question focuses on vertical circular motion. Students are asked to determine how to calculate the radius of the arc that gives passengers a zero gravity experience at the top of the ride. They are also required to clarify that the gravitational force on a passenger is not actually zero, but rather that they experience apparent weightlessness. Should you require assistance, please feel free to connect via WeChat or WhatsApp and send an email. Thank you for your attention. Kindly note the details of Dr. Liu's VCE Physics, Chemistry, and Biology channels.